Hello, and welcome back to Kramer's Cavern. I am here with Mannone alone, Mark Mannone, and he is not alone. Hey, Mark
Thanks.
Mannone, did you bring a friend?
I didn't bring a friend, no.
But who's this guy?
I don't know who that guy is, but he's cool. I like him.
He's like Bunny Grunt / Mark Mannone
We're
security.
just sharing a couch over here.
Sharing is caring. It's still a bromance if there's three, right?
Exactly. It's good
Mark.
to be here. Thanks for having me, Kramer's Cavern.
It's quite cavernous, isn't it?
It's very cavernous.
Thanks for coming, Mark. Thanks for traveling from Australia to the States many times in the last, not 2 decades yet, but going on 2 decades.
It's getting up there.
Lucksmiths broke up a couple years ago. Do you take a sip of your margarita and tell me about your feelings about the breakup of the Lucksmiths, which was a couple years ago, and everyone, I mean, lots of people that I know love the Lucksmiths, as I'm sure you did.
Yeah, well, the Lucksmiths was great. It was like my elementary and middle and high school, and then we finished that. Mm-hmm. We all failed the exams, and then we just went on, and now this is the gap year right now.
Why did it feel like the end? And I'm sure we can get Michael Stipe here to corroborate what it feels like to break up a band.
Yeah, well, it just felt like it felt like the right time, and it felt like we'd given it a good crack, and we'd done as much as we could, and we did everything ourselves. We didn't want to have any. I think we were a bit sort of averse to outside influence, and we didn't really like having too many people help us out. And I think we felt like we did as much as we could on our own, and that was we took it as far as we could.
You took it across the globe.
We did.
You did great.
It was fun. It was really fun, and we met you way back in the heyday, back in the late '90s when you were a wee teenager.
My virginity was still questionable. That was in East Lansing, Michigan. And I know you have a fondness for Michigan, but your fondness is mostly for Western Michigan. Tell me about, I didn't even write this down, but tell me about your love for Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids.
And Mr. Mike Babb, who is not here for Athens Pop Fest.
Yeah, Grand Rapids is great. I love Grand Rapids. We spent a lot of time at Marge's Donut Den. You ever been to Marge's? Yeah, Marge's Donut Den and Yesterdog. We spent a lot of time, which I love Yesterdog. I'm a vegan, so the vegan dog at Yesterdog is a bun with ketchup and mustard in it, which is delicious, I have to say.
Oh, man.
But, we spent a lot of time over there. Mike Babb ran Drive-In Records.
He put out your first few records?
He put out a lot of records.
A lot of them.
Yeah, he worked hard, and he had a lot of. We slept in the basement with the records a lot, and it was good. It was good. It was a good introduction to touring the United States. We borrowed his Ford Thunderbird and drove it around the country in 2 figure eights around the country, and we gave it back to him. It was broken, but it was cool about that.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. That's why we stayed with the label for so long. We loved him. He's still around. He's doing great stuff.
Yeah. He said he was the only one that prefers Athens Pop Fest to be in August.
Yeah.
Because he's got more autumn work requirements than, I guess, August work requirements.
That's right.
I was actually going to interview you back in '99 with my college radio station, WXOU. I was going to do a phoner, but that didn't happen. But I think you were in Grand Rapids at the time. And I know in Grand Rapids you played at Mike's wife's elementary school that she works at. Tell me about what it was like to play for kids.
Oh, it was cool. We played on the Fox Kids Network thing with that lady. What was that lady's name?
I don't know.
She was like a celebrity. She introduced us.
She's a Grand Rapids celebrity?
Yeah, she was a celebrity.
I was the other side of the state.
Yeah. We played for these kids, and they were awesome. They were playing drums, and they looked so mental. They were like the coolest mental kids I've ever seen. But they weren't mental. They were mental.
And that was like 12 years ago. I wonder if we could bring those kids back?
They went nuts. That was fun. Yeah, they probably don't remember. They were probably like half asleep at the time, but it was cool. For us, it was great. That was the thing. Touring in Grand Rapids was always about doing 3 shows, like a show at the elementary school, and then a show at the record store, and then a show for the grown-ups.
It's a trifecta.
Yeah, and then you drank a Mulligan Stewart Mulligans and threw up in the
good times
in the sidewalk. And
it's the second biggest city in Michigan.
And you got arrested. It was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was the only place our singer got arrested twice.
I've never heard of Grand Rapids having a problem with Australian crime, but I'm sure it happens.
It happened a lot. Yeah.
What about Athens? Did Alexis ever play Athens? And you played earlier today as Mannone Alone?
Yep, played earlier
What
today.
story stands out for you about where did you play in Athens?
We always played at the Caledonian. We actually have a contractual obligation with the Caledonian. They asked us to play at the 41. We said no way, no how. We're going to play the Caledonian because they have Pabst Blue Ribbon on the rider, and that's all we're doing. That was it, man.
That's good times.
I think that was the death of our career, actually. Yeah.
I think the Caledonia has broke many a band and broken many a band. Yeah. So now the last 2 years you've started playing with Still Flying. You tour with them whenever. Still Flying was here a couple weeks ago. The new 2011 version of Still Flying.
Yep.
Has playing with Still Flying, playing with a bunch of Americans, Yankees? Well, not Yankees, they're Southerners mostly. Has that revitalized your spirit? I mean, it's different. You're not playing with people that you grew up with in Australia.
It is, yeah. It's different, and it's just a really fun, stupid band that is starting to like really hit its straps, and it's, we're getting into our twilight years and starting to sound really awesome. So
you're not in your twilight years.
No, we are. No, we're not.
If you were in Twilight, would you be a werewolf or a vampire? Which do you sympathize with?
Definitely a vampire. I cannot grow facial hair to save myself, man. It's ridiculous. But I do like biting people on the neck.
Oh!
Yeah.
I do work at the Red Cross. If you break any blood, let me know and I can collect it. So when did you start Mannone Alone? Is that this year or is that?
Mannone Alone's been going for the last 5 years or so.
Oh wow, pre-breakup.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a good band, but I have a different band at every single show, pretty much.
Right. You're playing with the locals or whoever is playing the same show?
Yeah, whoever wants to jump up can play in Mannone Alone. It's pretty easy. It's like 3 chords and fun times. So, yeah, it's good.
I haven't found a pair of cords that I like to wear, like corduroys, in like the longest time. And I can't play 3 chords. So.
Oh, okay. Chords, corduroys. Yeah. Gotcha.
Well, I was going to ask you what your drink of choice was, but I think I found it right here.
It is good.
It is good. It's really good.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Or less. Tell me more about Australia. I've never been to Australia. My sister has. My cousin or my uncle has. Tell me about Australian cuisine.
Australian cuisine is quite unique, and people think there is no Australian cuisine. It's a great fusion of everything you could ever imagine. If you like Mexican food, chuck it in. If you like Asian food, just put it in the pot. Whatever you want. If you like it, just chuck it in, and maybe put it in a pie. Just get some pastry and just like toss it in the pie and cook it in the oven, and it's gonna be good. Don't worry about it. And then like crack a brew and just sit around, wait for it to come up, and it's ready, man. It's good.
Does anybody eat kangaroo?
Yes, everybody eats kangaroo.
Really? It's not a roadkill delicacy?
It's upsetting to me. Being like, there's this whole thing about how kangaroos can't be farmed and how they really, it's good for the environment to eat kangaroos because
It's like deer here.
This or
Like
that.
in Athens, like deer hunting season, they think that they're doing
it's
the
just,
deer a favor, but they're not.
It's actually not. They're not doing anything a favor, and actually, what it's meant is the kangaroo. The average sizes of kangaroos has depleted because the big kangaroos don't get to be big anymore, and it's
Right.
yeah, it's pretty sad. But I think that more people should eat just lentils and some things they grow in the ground.
Well, next time you're in Athens, or maybe tomorrow, I would love for you to go to Kroger with me and figure out a Australian combo.
I don't eat burgers. I don't eat meat.
That's cool.
Meat's it's terrible. It's like, what's wrong with the world? You know that? Yeah, you know that, Kramer. Come on, get with me on this. Like, seriously, if you want to save this planet that you love, your little cabin here.
Really quickly, how long have you been a vegetarian?
I've been vegetarian for 19 years.
Wow. My wife's been vegetarian for 15 years.
She's hot.
She is. She's beautiful.
So you know how hot
She's beautiful.
People are far more hot when they don't eat meat.
Right.
That's not true.
What do you say, man?
We love you, Mannone alone. I think we're done. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for your music, and thank you for your...
Thank you very much, Kramer's
Thank you for your wisdom. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks,
We
guys.
love you. Let's go to the 40 watt.
Thank you. Yeah, let's go see the Red Pony Clock.
Absolutely. Thanks, y'all. Peace. That went great. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.